to the Hopkins cheerleaders for welcoming us back to 13 on Your Sidelines. With a win tonight against Newaygo, Comstock Park will very likely be a playoff team.
The Lions need a win and some help to reach the postseason. The Panthers won the first ever matchup between these two teams last year. The Lions look to add to their lead on 4th down. Remington Graysick squirts up the gut, and that's enough for the first down. Big play for Newaygo. Later in the drive, the Lions go for it again on 4th down inside the 10, but Kendrick Castillo-Perez is there for the pass breakup. That's huge. Comstock Park can now take the lead, and they do just that. It's Castillo-Perez who scores from the 1, and the Panthers now lead by 1. It's 19-18. Comstock Park forces Newaygo to punt, so the Panthers get the ball back. Donovan Cummings scores on 4th and goal from the 6. Comstock Park adds to the lead. It's 25-18. Lions have one last chance. With 3 seconds left, Newaygo's on the 30, but Landon Gregory Hamilton is there for the stop to solidify a huge win for Comstock Park, 25-18.
Playoffs are now in sight. A lot of years we've been talking about a Week 9 game between Oak Ridge and Montague as being a conference title game. This year, Whitehall ran away with the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division, leaving the Cats and Eagles in the middle of the pack. But both teams are still playoff bound and looking for momentum heading into next week. Oak Ridge on the 3, handing it off to Trevor Jones, gets the edge and just manages to break the plane for a touchdown. That would make it 7-0. Wildcats on their own 48, hand it off to Caden Jeffrey, finds a hole right up the middle. Nobody's catching him. How do you say it, Mark? He's got reservations for 6. Takes it 52 yards for the touchdown, and it was 7-all. Early second quarter, Eagles on their own 47, hand off to Bryce Fisson. Eyes in the back of his head. He gets loose and then makes one guy miss, takes it all the way down to the 18-yard line. Nice physical into that run. And on the same drive, the Eagles from the 1-yard line hand it off to Trevor Jones. Mr. Jones takes it in for a touchdown to make it 14-7. Late in the second quarter, Oak Ridge on the 35, hand off to Bryson Stevenson, finds a hole, takes it all the way for the touchdown, making it 21-7. Oak Ridge wins 35-14.
Now, every week this season, we've let our viewers decide which game will be the 13th and final matchup of every show.
Since the regular season wraps up today, this is the last fan vote game for this year. And with 2/3 of the vote, it'll be Byron Center at Northview. The Dogs have won 4 straight against the Cats dating back to 2012. Byron Center led 35-0 at the half. This is why. The Bulldogs' defense was relentless. Bowden Hurley forcing the fumble with the sack. Devin Champlin recovers it. Now, the Dogs go 4 and out, put the defense back on the field. They kept the pressure up. Eli Farrell with the sack. BC would force a punt. They would block that punt to take over deep in Northview territory. I know those ladies. Second and long, BC hands it off to Carter Hearn on the jet sweep. He slips a tackle at the 5, falls into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. They led 42-0 after the PAT. To the fourth quarter, more ground and pound. Here comes the Payne. They give it to Cameron Payne. All aboard the Payne train. The freshman powers in for 6. Bulldogs win big on the road, 49-0.
There were some other games tonight with playoff implications.
For scores from around the area, we send it back to Matt Guard, who's in the control room with some guests.
Guys, I've got Ellie from Byron Center and Addie from Hopkins with me tonight. I'm going to have them read some scores off the teleprompter. Now, we haven't gotten to the Hopkins game just yet, so we're going to let Addie start with the Vikings.
Benson Harper, 24, Hopkins, 16.
Now, Hopkins finishes the season 2-7, but you guys got some athletes down there, so you heard it here first. I'm predicting Hopkins bounces back in 2024. Now, we've just showed the Byron Center game, so Ellie, I'm going to have you read another score from the OK White for me.
We have Forest Hill Central 28 and Greenville to 0.
Now, that means Forest Hill Central and Byron Center finish the year with identical records, and the Rangers and Bulldogs will share the conference title. And that's okay because sharing is caring, right? And great job. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Elsewhere tonight, a pair and 3 and 5 teams squared off, hoping to grab the last playoff spot in Division 4. Holland Christian beat Unity Christian 49-20. But as of now, the MHSAA has both teams below the playoff cut line. Ravenna needed a road dub tonight against Hart to get in the playoffs. They're not going to get it. Hart gets their 8th win of the year. They made history, the best season since 1968. Congratulations to the Pirates. North Muskegon finishes the regular season undefeated with a win over Shelby. They are back-to-back West Michigan Conference Rivers Division champions. The Norsemen will host the first game of the playoffs next week. Central Montcalm beats Lakeview tonight. With that win, the Hornets look like they have secured a playoff spot in Division 6. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Matt. We'll have a look at the Saturday slate of college games after the break.
Hear what Jim Harbaugh and Harlan Barnett are saying ahead of the battle for the Paul Bunyan Trophy.